Imagine a man appearing out of the desert heat with no past. He has no parents. He has no children. He has no birth certificate. He has no grave. In a book like the Bible, where every name usually comes with a long list of ancestors, this man is a ghost. His name is Melchizedek. He shows up for exactly 3 verses in the book of Genesis and then vanishes for 1,000 years. He is the ultimate biblical mystery. Most people think his missing family tree is a historical mistake or a lost record. They assume the author simply forgot to write down where he came from. That is a mistake. The silence surrounding his origins is intentional. It is a deliberate move by the author to prove a point that changes everything we know about how people reach God. Today, we are going to look at why his genealogy was erased from history. We will discover how a missing bloodline creates the most powerful legal argument in the New Testament. The Bible is obsessed with genealogies. You've probably skipped over those long lists of names that start with the word begat. Those lists are not there to be boring. In the ancient world, your genealogy was your resume, it was your ID card, it was your legal right to own land or hold an office. In the ancient world, a name was not just a label, the name was a description. It told you what something was, what it could do, and what it was like when you needed it. This was especially true for priests. To be a priest in Israel, you had to prove you were a descendant of Aaron. If you could not find your father's name in the official records, you were disqualified. Your biological heritage was the only thing that mattered. Then Melchizedek walks into the story. He meets Abraham in a valley after a massive war. Abraham has just defeated a coalition of kings to rescue his nephew Lot. He is the most powerful man in the region. Yet, when he meets Melchizedek, the hierarchy flips. Melchizedek is described as the king of Salem and the priest of El Elyon.
El Elyon means God Most High. This is the name that tells us there is a God above every king, above every military strategy, and above every earthly throne. Melchizedek brings out bread and wine. He blesses Abraham. He says, "Blessed be El Elyon, who delivered your enemies into your hand." Abraham does something shocking. He gives this stranger 1/10 of everything he has. He pays a tithe to a man who has no recorded history. This moment changes Abraham. Immediately after this, the king of Sodom offers Abraham a reward for his victory. He refuses it. He says he has lifted his hand to El Elyon and will not take even a thread or a sandal strap from a human source. He does not want anyone saying they made Abraham rich. He has seen the God Most High through the ministry of a man with no known father. For centuries, Jewish scholars wrestled with this encounter. How could a man be a priest without being a Levite? How could he be a king of peace and a priest at the same time? The answer remains hidden until the book of Hebrews was written. The author of Hebrews looks at the silence of Genesis and sees a message. He notes that Melchizedek is without father, without mother, without genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like the Son of God, he remains a priest continually. This does not mean Melchizedek was a supernatural being or a literal ghost. It means the written record was curated to present him that way. The Holy Spirit directed the author of Genesis to leave out the family details. This creates a literary shadow. It presents a priest whose authority does not come from his bloodline.
This is a massive shift in how the Bible defines power. The priests of the Old Testament were priests because they were born into it. They were priests because of a law concerning physical descent. Their authority was temporary. It started when they reached a certain age and ended when they died. They were weak men who had to offer sacrifices for their own sins before they could help anyone else. Melchizedek represents a different category. He is a priest by the power of an indestructible life.
Because the Bible records no beginning and no end for him, he serves as a type of eternal priesthood. He shows us that the ultimate priest does not depend on a biological family tree. He depends on a direct appointment from God. This matters because of a problem every human faces. We are all born into a broken genealogy. We inherit the failures and limitations of our ancestors. If our standing with God depended on our heritage, most of us would be locked out. The Aaronic priesthood was an exclusive club for one specific family. Melchizedek breaks that club open. He shows up in a land that was not his own to bless a man who was not his relative. He represents a priesthood that is universal. He represents a priesthood that is based on character rather than chemistry. His lack of a genealogy is his greatest qualification. It proves that his priesthood is not a hand-me-down. It is a fresh, direct link to the Creator.
The New Testament uses Melchizedek to explain who Jesus is. This is the core of the argument. If Jesus had to follow the old rules, he could not be a priest. Jesus was from the tribe of Judah, not the tribe of Levi. According to the law of Moses, a man from Judah had no right to stand at the altar. But the missing genealogy of Melchizedek provides the legal loophole. It shows that God had already established a priesthood that predates the law and outranks the law. This priesthood is superior because it is built on an eternal promise. The Bible records God saying, "The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a priest forever, in the order of Melchizedek." This is a priesthood that does not end in a graveyard. It is a priesthood that is active right now. Think about the difference this makes in your daily life. An earthly priest can only represent you as long as he is alive. He's limited by his own exhaustion and his own mortality. But a priest in the order of Melchizedek has an indestructible life. He does not need a genealogy because he is the source of life itself. He does not need to prove who his father was because his authority is self-evident. He is the King of righteousness and the King of peace. These are not just titles, they are descriptions of what he provides. He gives you a right standing before God that you did not earn. He gives you a peace that does not depend on your circumstances. He meets you in your moments of victory and your moments of exhaustion, just like he met Abraham.
Your last chapter does not have to be your worst chapter. You do not have to finish strong by the world's definition. You just have to be faithful. You have a priest who has already fought the good fight. He has already finished the race. He has already kept the faith on your behalf. He is the author and the finisher of your faith. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the first and the last. He is the I Am who is with you in every situation, without limit and without end. The power of his promise has not dimmed. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Trust in the one who has no beginning of days or end of life. He is exactly what you need for this moment. If this mystery opened your eyes today, subscribe to join us for more deep dives into the Word. Comment below and tell me which biblical mystery we should uncover next. Share this with someone who needs to know that their past does not define their future. Keep searching the Scriptures. God bless you.